Should India be looking Trump in the eye and seeing how can we get a win-win out of this trade deal? Do you believe this trade deal, as and when it happens, is good for India, or is this uncertainty over it one of the major headwinds we will face?
Well, so long as we are careful about the areas which still need some support, certain parts of the agricultural sector will still need some support. So long as we're careful about that, broadly speaking, reducing our tariffs could be beneficial for us, even as we make a play for becoming host to many of the supply chains that crisscross the world. So in that, I don't see it as a win-lose if India accepts lower tariffs and does a deal with the United States. I don't see it as us kowtowing to them, but we have to do it with our interests in mind. Where are the areas that we can easily afford to bring down tariffs? Our industry, in many situations, actually becomes more competitive when they're forced to compete with imports and compete on a global stage. Remember, in the early 2000s, we were world beaters. Our industry felt it could take on the world. We need that kind of sort of enthusiasm again. That said, even as the tariffs get sort of settled, there is the huge issue of if the tariffs on China remain high from the United States, Chinese goods will look for a home elsewhere. And one of the homes will be India. So we will have to figure out how we manage that without, on the one hand, reducing tariffs to the US, but elevating tariffs to the rest of the world. We need to be very clever about it, that where we benefit from Chinese imports, we should focus on keeping tariffs low. But of course, where there is dumping, we have to be careful about having an open door.
You just mentioned the China factor. There is also talk that you could have a US-China trade deal. There are those who are now using the word, Professor Rajan, taco. Trump always chickens out. Do you believe that he is bargaining hard with the Chinese, and is that also something we should be looking at very carefully from our perspective? As you said, the fear that if tariffs remain high with China, there could be dumping of goods in this country. Is China the X factor when I look at global headwinds over the next few months?
Well, I would say anybody who says they can predict what this administration will do is being overly optimistic. I think we have seen backward, forward, left, right, all kinds of moves by the administration suggesting that there isn't a clear overall plan. It depends to some extent. There are factions in the administration. It depends which faction has the ear of the president at a particular point in time. For example, if you remember in the election campaign, it was all about, China being the rival, geopolitical rival, and therefore tariffs had to be really high on it. But of course, we've seen that in recent weeks, there's more of a dialogue initiated with China, even while Europe seems to be a little more of the enemy. So I think it's hard to predict what will happen. But almost surely, I think we'll see the contours. We have to see the contours of some kind of agreement. It won't be full because trade agreements take a long time, but some kind of framework soon. Otherwise, the uncertainty will kill.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you like the video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe.